Shalom, welcome to another edition of Prophet Prophecies and Predictions of Nazir by Amy O's Yasharal, the keyboard warrior. I want to give an update on the first program I had, right? About the race war. And I want to add Bible codes to it. Because for some reason, the Heavenly Father is blocking my memory about the reason that I chose. You have to watch the first one. Now, this first part of it right here, I explained in the first video. Okay, about, let me read this part. Revelations 9:13. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before God, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Okay, so those four angels have been loosed last year, right? Uh, 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 actually, it was loosed in 2014, and so, and the great river Euphrates. I'm pretty sure you guys. I don't have to show a map to show you guys where that is. So the angels were, which were bound there, and if an angel is bound, then that means the angel is was a rebellious angel. So they were loosed over there out of the Euphrates, and the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. So that's when we saw in the end of last year when the big ISIS started, going on and stuff like that. And the world powers definitely know about it because they call it climate change. So when they speak of climate change, they're talking about the climate of the people, and the mentalities of the people to be. They call it climate chaos. So they're saying that the people are going to be in chaos in that area. So they were preparing for that, and they was counting down. They said it was like 500 days till climate chaos. So they were talking about that all last year. Okay, now for some reason the Heavenly Father is blocking my memory about after that time when they were revealed, right? Oh, let me show you the number of them. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. So 200,000 times 1,000 is 200 million. And I heard the number of them, which was the same thing, 200 million. Now, there's a prophecy that says that, and I gave him rain another year and a day, or something to that nature, something to that effect. And I just can't seem to find it. I've been looking for a whole hour and still can't find it. But I'll find it one of these days and do another update. But I just wanted to add to this the Bible codes, because in the first video I explained that the fall guy, has been in effect for a long time, since like the 60s or something like that, or the 50s. But they got their Manchurian candidate in office right now. It's Barack Barry Soetoro, that y'all know as Barack Obama. So now he's the king of the north. He's Tammuz, and Nimrod, and all. He's the whole Babylonian statue from beginning to end. The head of gold, the breastplate of silver, the legs of bronze, and the feet made of iron and clay. So he's the entire statue. Satan chose that body to war against the saints. So this whole ISIS situation that's controlled and funded by the Jewishers was in place by the whole Babylonian system, and he's the new head of that system. So he went ahead and kept the tradition of the Nimrod mentality and goals and plans, and went ahead and put them into effect in order for ISIS to do what they did and are doing now. So now they uh, camouflaging as refugees into every country and go ahead and wreaking havoc everywhere, and they're coming to America soon, to a neighborhood near you. Now, with that said, I apologize. I don't have that prophecy of raining, giving him rain for another year and a day, whatever that prophecy says. But I found another little piece of evidence. I don't know how much emphasis you put on it, but I've always appreciated Bible codes, right? So I happen to have found a code, a Bible code that falls in line with my prediction in the first video. Now, the first video is off a little bit because I kept saying the month of Tammuz is gonna happen. The month of Tammuz, month of Tammuz, month of Tammuz. I said that the whole last video, but the prophecy actually says that they're going to mourn. They're going to mourn Tammuz. Okay, so they're going to mourn during the month of Tammuz is the correction. And since they're going to mourn during the month of Tammuz, that it is possible that it could happen before the month of Tammuz, which according to this Bible code, it only happens like a day or two before the month of Tammuz. Okay. So let me find it for you right quick. This is real interesting. When I found it, I had to do an update to add to this, especially since I can't remember that other prophecy that goes along with the revealing of the 200 million. Says that the man of perdition or whoever was given rain another year and a day or something to that effect. I can't remember. But let me get to this Bible codes for you. Okay, so this is part of the prophecy as well. I hope you can see this. Okay, so this is a mural in the Denver airport, and it shows 3 dead people, three dead females. Okay, got a dead white girl right there, a dead woman in Native American garb, and the holding a Native American doll. So the doll has a bell in its hand, so it's an alarm happening there. And then another that looks like an African lady. And if anyone can identify every last one of these flowers that are in this mural, then I'm confident that that the identification of the flowers tells us where this is going to take place. Okay, so now you have these 3 dead females, and then you have a dead leopard, and I understand this leopard to be Barack Obama. Okay, so you have the 2 I would call them black girls crying about that, or one is crying, one guy is surprised at his death. He's looking at Barack right there, and then the hummingbird is symbolic of immort, like eternity and immortality and things of that nature. So, you know, that might have something to do with it. But then you have to have a tortoise caught in the net. So I don't know what that means. You have a dead killer whale here. You know, is shot right here in the side, probably by a harpoon or something, and bleeding out his mouth as well. So I don't know what this extinct penguin means at all. But every every little nook and cranny of this picture is symbolic of something, and you have to know all the symbols and what they mean. I don't. But then you have this moose head, which I'm thinking that has something to do with the moose fraternity. And you have this girl here holding a map. Coming out of this mouth is a sun, looks like a sunflower to me, and coming out of this mouth here is a butterfly. Okay. Then you have Quetzalcoatl here. I don't know if that's a parakeet or what. I don't know what type of bird that is. But everything in here, is symbolic. You have the woods on fire. Okay. So some type of damage or something going on there. Back here, you know, it looks like a city. So I don't know if that's like symbolic of that great city or something of that nature, you know. Okay. So I mean that's just interesting. That's part of this whole prophecy. And it's one of the things that kind of motivate me to try to decipher this prophecy that I've been talking about in this series. Okay, so let's go to the first Bible code here. Okay, and this code is, see the matches? These are the words that I put in. Okay, second, you can add day to it if you want to. Second day, because day pops up in all three of these codes that I'm getting ready to show. This is the first code. So second day is not in any of the codes that I have the link saved for, but they do work. Day pops up in all three of them. So I put in second, died, dead, Obama, June 2016. Okay, now I tried it for July because that's when I thought the assassination was going to happen in the month of Tammuz, but it doesn't work for July at all. So it only happens on the 2nd, 3rd, and the 9th. Okay, so if you can see this, let me see if I can make it larger for you real quick. Okay, you have it's color coded. You got 2, and then 1016. You got second, and day is in here somewhere. But if you do it yourself, you'll see day pop up. And you got Obama right there. Then you got DIED, and then you have JUNE at the bottom here. And then okay, so dead and 1000 connect. So that's real significant. When you do these skip traces here, these skip codes and stuff like that, and you have all these synchronicities, it's like a trillion to one chance and stuff like that. Let me see if it even explains that. Related second, okay, versus, okay, well, when you go to statistics and say, like a million to one chance or a million to one odds, like the lottery, when they say it's a 5 billion to one that you're gonna win the lottery and stuff like that, that's the type of odds that you get on these codes when they have so many words in them and pop up together like this. Now, I tried to put in Barack and Michelle and all that. I try to put those two names in, and it cancels it out because Barack and Michelle don't show up in this code for some reason. So it just says Obama. I tried to put in president and it canceled it out. So I mean, I don't know if I suppose the Heavenly Father just imagines, knows for a fact that this will be obvious to us. You know what I'm saying? Because I put in Obama, and that is the the most famous name in America, so everybody knows him. So when I put in his first name, it doesn't work. When I put in um, Michelle, it doesn't work. Even if I take out Obama, it still doesn't work. So, but it works with 2016 second day, dead, died June 2nd. Okay, but what's confusing to me is right here. It also shows up on the 3rd and the 9th. The exact same words show up on the 3rd and the 9th. So, like I said, I don't know how much weight you put into these codes, but I've always kind of thought they were real interesting. That's why I decided to do it. Okay, so now the code moves over. You see how dead and thousand was in the center on this one. It's in the center on this one. 2016 dead right there, June 2nd. Okay, but on the 3rd it moves over. So you got 2016 June down here at the bottom. June 3rd died. Obama's still there, dead right there. Okay, that's on the 3rd, and then you got the 9th. So I don't know why it pops up 3 times. That's just that's odd to me. So I went through every day of the month of June, and these are the only 3 days that it pops up. Okay, you see here again, you have 2016 June at the bottom, 9th, died is still there, Obama is still there, and dead is still attached to 1,000. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this short and brief, but because that's basically the time frame that I was trying to say in the first video, but I kept saying July 3rd because I thought it was gonna be like around that time based on my mathematical calculations. But when you go by the prophetic calculations, and June 3rd makes sense as well, because that's right before the month of Tammuz. Okay, so I had Tammuz mixed up on the first video. I thought Tammuz was July to August, and I kept making that mistake. All right, so let me show you month of Tammuz here. Okay, so month of Tammuz starts. First day is May 7th. Okay, so this is the 8th day, 15th day, 22nd day, and then 29th day on June 4th. I mean, okay, yeah, June 4th. Okay, so now, so just like the mistake I made in the first video, I keep mixing up when Tammuz is. So this is Sivan, the month of Sivan that I just showed you, and then the month of Tammuz starts on June 5th. So the Bible code shows June 2nd and 3rd and June 9th. And yeah, June 2nd and 3rd and June 9th.
Well, I don't care about you, but give me the check. Give me the money.
Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, like I said, June 2nd and 3rd is the Bible codes, and June 9th. Okay, so June 9th is in the month of Tammuz, which starts June 5th. So, you know, the whole world's gonna be mourning. I mean, Black America is gonna be mourning during the month of Tammuz over the death of the fall guy. And then, of course, like I said in the first video, the only people who have the power to assassinate a sitting president is the controllers of the president. You know, the Secret Service detail. You know, Council of Foreign Relations. You know, just mega wealthy people who have the influence and have the spies close enough to the president in order to assassinate him. So, but of course they're gonna blame it on, you know, they're gonna blame it on everybody else, and then that's what's gonna happen. Then, of course, the sleep Black people all over America is gonna go completely bonkers, like I said in the first video, and they're definitely. You think these riots, these little city riots, or something? They're gonna cause the Civil War. So that's how the race war starts. So I don't know if it starts in this month, but you know that is the trigger for all the false flags that they've been priming us for so far. You know, they do little stuff here, little stuff there, little stuff here, murder people here, murder people there, harvest their organs, and do this, that, and third. Keep Black people anxious and on edge and angry. And then as soon as they see this happen, because this is their God and their hero, Obama. You know what I'm saying? I was excited when Obama first got in office because I was still asleep, and I even campaigned to get him in the office and help dramatically and tremendously to try to get him in the office, just to see a Black person as a president. So there's 99% of Black America is still in that mind frame and that mind state. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna go crazy, and it's so, you know what I'm saying, after that. So when the war's gonna start just a little bit, probably in that month, and then wars take a while, like a couple months to really get in full swing. So I'm ready and happy to see that happen, because it's all prophesied in the Bible. Okay, so that's enough of this. I wanted to make it just as brief as I could, and hopefully that showed a little something and added a little something to the first video. And if you haven't seen the first video, go back and watch the first video, and it explains a little bit more about it. All right, thanks for watching. Take care.